Hey everyone, welcome to English 333 Advanced Comp for Future Teachers. My name is Dr. Kim Jackson. Kim is fine. I'm a professor at Chico State who's been there, a long time. I grew up in Chico and have been faculty there since around 2005, so a little while. I really am looking forward to teaching this class. It's one of my favorites to teach. So I'm going to give you kind of a little welcome video here to expand on some of the structures that you will see on our website. And when I'm really on my game in this semester, I will try to post a weekly video, at least bi-weekly, with the intention to kind of explain or expand some of the things you're seeing in the instructions. Sometimes it helps to have a little extended explanation, and that's how you can see these. So that's the intention. I'm in my new home office, which I realize looks awful right now from behind me. It only took me 10 years, but I'm finally converting a room in the house that my adult children are finally gone and have been gone for a long time, finally making it my office. And my husband needs to he's building me some really cool bookshelves because he's an artist and he's making stuff. So maybe one of the next times I'll have the books on the shelf. Or I'll just do this for my Chico State office that's all set up, one or the other. For now, here we are in my bare home office. So let me go over a few of the structures. One of the first things I know are going to want to know is what books do we need to buy? And you'll be, I think, happy to hear that you just need one book. It's called About the Authors. It's by Katie Wood-Ray with Lisa Cleveland. If you Google Katie Wood-Ray, you will discover she has written many, many books to support teachers, particularly elementary school teachers who are working with children's literacies. She's one of my favorites. I've used her books for a long time. This is one of her newer books. And what I love about it is she makes some connections between writing and making. And it is also full of really awesome examples of writing from smaller kids. And so it'll give you a sense of, if you haven't worked a lot with, first graders and second graders, you can see what they're capable of with writing. And so it'll give you a better sense of noticing what cool things little kids can do with writing. It's a professional book that's intended for teachers. So not a textbook, but a professional book that teachers would buy to support their own professional growth, in this case, in the teaching of writing. So that's the only book. I hope you'll order it right away. I did not place an order through the Chico State bookstore, mainly because most of you don't even live in Chico, because you're distance ed. Hi, everybody. So just order from your favorite bookstore. The link that I have is to Amazon, because I have Amazon Prime, and so I don't have to pay for shipping, those kinds of things. So, but wherever you want to get that book from. I'm hoping you'll order it soon, though. We will read every bit of it, and we'll start about week 3 reading out of it. So I'll give you, a week and a half or so here to get your hands on the book. So there's that. Some other structures of the course that I want you to kind of understand is I use a structure called Make Cycles, which I borrow from UC Irvine and their work in connected learning. A make cycle is a 2-week kind of unit that allows us to zoom in on some particular practice. In this case, we will use the Common Core Standards as kind of our guideline for thinking about different sorts of structures of writing. So we'll do some storytelling, we'll think about expository text, we'll think about how you talk about argument, how you work with multimodal texts, and we'll end with making some lesson plans this semester. I don't think any of those things are that tidy. In other words, I don't think that any piece of text in the world is only narrative or expository or argumentative. I think those things weave throughout all kinds of texts, but I think there's an advantage to us zooming in on a particular structure and kind of thinking through how you would teach that or how you would pull it out and think about it carefully. So the make cycles will be focused around those particular structures. Week 1 in a make cycle will end up reading a lot from About the Authors and having discussions on our G+ community, Google+, which I'll explain in a minute. Week 2 of the make cycle, we will read mentor texts, which actually comes from this book. The idea for me comes from this book. which is a great book. Again, I only had you buy one book because they're expensive, but this is a really good one if you can have it on your bookshelf. Mentor texts are a way of talking about how you use a text like a book or an essay or a poem as a model for things you might write. So we will often read children's books and we will notice interesting structures, get ideas for what to write, but they function as a mentor for what you can write about. And then you'll end that make cycle every time with writing, making something. I'll give you lots of options. You can always suggest another way to approach the assignment. I'm totally open to that. But each time you'll have some options for ways that you can end that particular make cycle. And again, we'll share everything on this G+ community. So that's make cycles. Week 1, conversation. Week 2, making is really the point. I will post, make cycle 1 is up. And just to not kind of overwhelm everything, because it can feel like a lot, I will post new make cycles every 2 weeks. So you can expect the next one probably somewhere around February 2nd. They're ready to go, but I release them over time. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. The other thing I mentioned was this G+, Google+ community. It's part of your Google Apps for Education. So you don't need a separate login if you're all Chico State students, so you already have a Google login. I put a video in the Make Cycle 1 that shows you how to join, but in a nutshell would be, I think it's better if you're already logged into your Wildcat Mail or to your Google Drive and then click on the link that I have on the front of the site. I think it's better if you're logged in because then it will take you straight into our site, and you should just be able to say accept. In fact, a few of you already joined. Thank you. I appreciate that. And we'll write this first thing we'll do is write our introductions and do a little bit of reading and talk about some of our ideas around literacies. I'll post an introduction next, just to kind of model. You can do a video recording, you can write it. I am gonna hope that you really, really take me up on the idea of posting an image. It would just be great if we could see each other, even if it's an image of your dog or your favorite place, just a way to build community with each other. Once the routine will be once you respond, or once you post your introduction or any discussion post or make your next step, unless you're the first person, which you have to come back later, is to say something to another human on the site. So I want you to go into the comments and in this first case where we're doing introductions, just make connections with each other. Like, hey, I'm from Fresno too, or I also played soccer. Whatever it is that connects you together, I just want you to go in and talk to another person. It will be okay, so that we can get to know each other and this can feel a little less like school. I think that's all the structures I need to talk to you about for now. I think that's plenty. I am not much of a stickler when it comes to these posts in terms of grades. I'm a fan of you give me your best effort and I will give you points because, like I said, I really don't want to play school. I think of us as educators who are spending the semester thinking carefully about how to teach writing, and in this case, how to teach writing in elementary school. So you do the work, I will give you the points, and I will give you a heads up if I feel like, oh, it's a little short or it's a little not quite enough for what I was looking for, and give you a shot to redo it. So take some risks. And don't worry about doing it right or wrong. That's my job, is to make sure that you feel safe and comfortable and that you feel like you can do your best work. So yeah, I'm excited. I look forward to seeing you all online, and I'll go post an introduction on our G+ community. Thanks for taking the class.